here. What do you give on it? 25, 50, 75, $100,000. You are listening to the Auction is Action with You in It podcast presented by Call to Auction, where our favorite four-letter word is S-O-L-D. Sold. Welcome back to the Auction is Action with You in It podcast, the podcast where we break down how moments turn into movement and how great events turn generosity into action. I'm Bobby D, CEO and founder of Call to Auction, a billion-dollar fundraiser and event strategist. Today, we're talking about something that separates average fundraising events from transformational ones. It's not your auction items. It's not your paddle raise levels. It's not even your auctioneer. It's the attendee experience, because fundraising doesn't happen at the podium. It happens in the journey that leads someone there. From the first invitation to the final surprise that sends them home smiling. Let's talk through that journey step by step. Now, here's the truth that most nonprofits missed. Your guests are not attending an event. They're going to an experience. Every touch point is either building trust or creating friction. Every moment is either increasing emotional buy-in or leaking energy. And the organization that raises the most money don't just plan programs, they design experiences. The experience starts well before anyone walks in the room. Your invitation is not logistics, it's positioning. It answers one question: why does the night matter? Now, is it clear? Is it emotional? Does it tell the story? Or is it just a date and time? You have to put the fab in your marketing. This is a fundraiser. What activities will you be having? And who is this benefiting? Because if the invitation feels transactional, the guest arrives transactional. And if it feels meaningful, you set the right expectations and they arrive open and ready to give. Now, registration is your first in-person moment of truth. And too often, it's chaos, long lines, confused volunteers, clipboards, Wi-Fi issues. And here's the thing. You cannot ask for generosity after frustrating someone. Registration should feel warm. It should be fast. It should be welcoming. It should be human. A smile beats a scanner. A thank you code beats a barcode. And this is where guests subconsciously decide, I'm glad I came. This is going to be a long night. It's the best practice to have great fundraising event software that expedites this process and captures all the necessary information and credit card info up front. Smooth registration starts off a great experience. Now, number 3, we're stopping calling cocktail hour this. This is it. We're stopping this. This hour beforehand, we are now calling connection hour. The connection hour is not filler time. It's an emotional runway. This is where guests find their people, they find their vibe, and they decide how engaged they'll be. Music matters, flow matters, clear signage matters, and so does mission presence. Not pitches, not reminders but reminders of why everybody's there. Stories on the wall, photos for context, volunteers who know how to connect, not explain, board members mixing and mingling. And this is where belonging starts. Now, number 4, the program. Here's a hard truth. Guests don't hate programs. They hate bad programs. And a great program starts on time, moves with intention, honors attention spans. And this isn't about less mission. It's about better delivery. It's about better storytelling. And when the room feels respected, they'll give more. And when it feels long, they shut down. Remember, energy is currency. Now, my favorite, the live auction. The live auction isn't just about selling items. It's about building momentum. It's about the emotional roller coaster that warms up the room for generosity. Fast wins, visible excitement, clear energy. If the auction drags, the paddle raise suffers. It's so important to avoid these cringe moments at all cost. And the easiest way to do that is to hire a professional. If the auction flies, the room is primed. Now, a quick pause. If what you're hearing today resonates, then this is exactly why Call to Auction exists. At Call to Auction, we don't just show up with a microphone. We help nonprofits design the entire attendee experience, from the invitation to the final moment of generosity. We specialize in live auction strategy, paddle raise consulting, and high-energy auctioneer ambassadors who know how to read a room, build momentum, and turn energy into action. If your goal is to raise more money, engage more donors, and create an event people actually talk about afterwards, this is the work that we do every single night. Learn more at calltoauction.com. Because fundraising isn't about running an event, it's about creating an experience that inspires generosity. All right, now back to the show. So we're talking about number 6, the paddle race. This is the peak experience. This is the summit. This is the moment that everyone has been building towards. And it only works if the room feels safe, inspired, united, and trusting. And what we do is we create a golden goosebump moment. A great paddle raise isn't pressure, it's permission. Permission to act on emotion, permission to belong, permission to say, I'm in, and raise that paddle. This is where experience turns into impact. Now, number 7, the grand finale. Don't fade out this energy. Most events make this mistake. They end when the program ends. But your last 5 minutes are what guests remember the most. Music up, energy high, and a clear close. Thank them for their generosity. Celebrate them. Let them feeling proud and not rushed. Remember, as important as your registration is, your out registration or your donation acceptance needs to be as smooth as your registration night. Now, number 8, the surprise and delight, the memory maker. Do you want loyalty? Well, you've got to create the moment that a moment that they didn't expect, a takeaway, a reveal, a spontaneous thank you, something that makes them say on the drive home, that was different, that was amazing. And that's how donors become advocates. Here's your takeaways. If you want to raise more money, stop asking, what's our program? Start asking, how does this feel at every step? Because people don't give based on logic alone. They give based on experience and on feeling. And when the experience is intentional, action follows. Now, this is the auction. This is auction in action. Design the journey, honor the guest, and watch generosity show up. I want to thank everyone for your time today and the impact that you are making tomorrow. I'm Bobby D, your host. And remember, auction is action with you in it. I'll see you on the next show.